salutations everybody, and so before I dive into the video on some of the noticeable changes on the Samsung Galaxy J7, which recently got the Nougat update, first I want to say thank you to everyone that pretty much watched that video and smashed the like button. I really appreciate that. That's awesome to see that, you know, you guys took an interest in it. And yes, this is an old phone, and it's really nice to see that this phone actually got some attention. As a matter of fact, this has been my daily driver, nostalgic reasons, and I think I'm going to use it for quite some time now. It's pretty much up to date with things. I mean, yes, it's not Oreo, okay, but let's get realistic. Oreo just came out. So there's flagships that still hasn't upgraded to Oreo yet. So to have an expectancy to think that this phone would have that update, you gotta start thinking a little bit realistically there. So just wanted to kind of throw that out there. But before I jump into that, I want to say I had a great week. This week's actually been pretty cool and pretty interesting. Sprint VP for marketing came by. I actually got to sit in a focus group and kind of just talk a little bit about that. It was kind of cool. Sat amongst my peers, and we just kind of like voiced our opinions about things that we deal with customers every day. So that was really awesome. Boost Mobile came over, and that could have been the worst luck ever because I was like flat out broke. So they had some deals for employees, but obviously I couldn't take advantage of it. I visited their booth. They set up like a small little booth, and they had some phones laid out and, you know, all kinds of other stuff. They had some goodies they gave away. I'm going to hang these up in the background, but I got like a little Boost Mobile Frisbee. So I was thinking about going to the park and tossing this around, but I'm like, you know, I mean, these, in a way, it's a collectible, brand-wise, so I'm not going to be throwing it around where it's going to get scuffed up. Probably just going to hang it up on the wall somewhere over there. And then they gave me this little drawstring bag. Nothing too glamorous or anything, but representing the brand Boost Mobile. So I mean, that was some cool stuff that they pretty much gave. So anyways, let's get into some noticeable changes for the Samsung Galaxy J7. One of the things I can definitely say that will be a big notice is, of course, the UI. So I think for this portion, we're going to go dive down and take a look a little bit differently, and then we'll bring it back up to FaceTime. So let's kind of jump right in it. All right, now, so let's take us some of the noticeable changes with the 7.1.1 Nougat update for the Samsung Galaxy J7 2015. So one of the biggest notices that you guys will see is that the UI has completely changed. I have it set up to the way I prefer to have it. So we'll kind of just go in, and we'll just put my lock code in. Yes, this does not have a fingerprint reader. That's not a big deal. But anyhow, so it just brought new life back into the J7. So you can still swipe left to right, you know, to go in between, you know, your launcher screens. There's like a third one here that I had apps on that I deleted off, so I got to close that out. But then you can swipe up to get into your app drawer if you want to, or you do have the option of setting it to where you just have all the apps on the display, no app drawer. So that's an option you do have. And one thing is that, you know, flicking up constantly switches between app drawer and home screen. So it's not like a, you know, like swipe up for app drawer, swipe down to get rid of it. I mean, you could do it that way, but if you could just one single motion, access and return back. So that's always something pretty cool. So the settings is actually completely changed now. So you have the Samsung experience right here. And so, you know, you have connections, mobile hotspots, sound and vibrations, notifications, display, advanced features, device maintenance, apps, wallpapers and themes, lock screen and security, clouds and account, your Google settings, accessibility, general management, system update, about phone, and activate this device. So if you go into About Phone, you guys will clearly see that this is the SM J700P, 7.1.1 Nougat, and Samsung Experience version 8.5. So that's pretty much what it has. So you guys can see right there my number. That's not a good thing. I don't know why they have that there, but I'm going to try and block that. So anyhow, yeah, that's the about phone. So you have basically your settings like that. If you're wondering, you know, for like how to adjust, you know, like your the experience itself, it would be here. You know, you would go to like your home screen, and you can pretty much do the layout change. So you have the change right there. You can change it from home screen and app screens, or just home screen only. So you guys get the gist of it, and that's pretty much how you can set it up. Now, it does have the app drawer icon. You can choose to get rid of that if you want to. So like, see right here, it says apps button. You can have that on where it will be at the very bottom like it usually is, or just have it turned off where it's not there at all. I don't really see a reason to have that there, just for the simple fact that, you know, you're swiping up to get into the app drawer and swiping up to get out of it, or swiping down, whichever way. So yeah, that's the method to the madness. So the notification, basically, you guys can see that it looks completely different, how they have it basically themed out. And it pretty much looks like this. And it's kind of weird because it just almost, to me, just gives me off this feeling like, you know, it's just like a pencil drawing of each thing. I mean, just the way that the graphics look. You do get the Nougat Easter egg game where you can pretty much, you know, catch as many cats as you can just by setting out some bait. The icons have been changed up. So you guys can see the phone dial. Like I said, it just looks like, you know, like a pencil drawing. So that's how it looks now. No Samsung briefing at all whatsoever. I kind of missed that even before it took the Nougat update. I like the ability of having a, you know, sidebar menu that had some news feeds and things like that. It's always great. So, I mean, you can put the Pixel Launcher on here and get that, you know, with the Google Now cards. But I just, you know, I think that briefing would have been nice on here to have. So maybe there's more for me to explore. But these are just the noticeable changes right now. One major update is photos. Okay, the camera UI and the camera settings has completely changed. So you guys can see there's 3 dots down here. You have the button for recording a video. You also have your gallery right there, and you can see, you know, the zoom in bubble right there that zooms in. So if you swipe off to the left, you get the different modes like selfie. You get wide selfie. So just by doing that, activates wide selfie. So you get a wide angle shot, well, a wider shot in selfie mode. So you guys can see right there, that little viewfinder on top, along with the main one. And then, so if we just kind of swipe out, you can do your sound shot where you can take a photo, and then after you snap a photo, it'll record 9 seconds of audio with it. So you have all those features within here. Swiping off to the right, you get your different lenses. So you get like negative, sepia, grayscale, and then there's no effects. So there's not like a lot to it. Opening settings, and you have the different things you can do. You can change the aspect ratio from 16:9. You can change the video quality. I have it set to like 1280 by 720, which is 720p HD. Just, you know, video sizes since I edit and whatnot. And then you have the SD card where you can set it as where you can basically save all your photos and videos there. You got quick launch, which is you can open the camera quickly by pressing the home button twice. So with that, you know, that's something that I think is just really cool. So if we flip the camera around, you know, swiping off, you get more modes. With the rear camera mode, you get auto, pro, panorama, continuous shot, HDR, beauty face, sports, and sound and shot also as well. So you have a little bit things that you can do with the camera. So, you know, that's really nice that they really went above and beyond and not just slapped us with an updated version of Android, but also kind of polished it off with the Samsung experience. One of the things I will show you guys here is the selfie I took, and you'll see here it has like this little sticker. And that's because, you know, with photos, you actually have the ability to edit them. You have these little these buttons at the bottom that allow you to do certain things. So like you could, you know, you can put like a smiley face. They got all these different stickers here that you can apply to your photos to just brighten up your photos a little bit. It's always cool. The little things count. You know, the little things really do count. So it's always really something nice to have, just to kind of make, you know, sending photos and stuff like that interesting. And then also, if you're someone that likes to Snapchat, you're going to really enjoy these if you're going to use photos from your gallery in your Snap Stories or anything like that. So, I mean, like, there's just a multitude of different things you can do. You have the ability to, draw on here and make changes or whatever. On top of that, you have different effects that you can apply. So, I mean, these things are just like really, really, really cool. I mean, you can apply a cartoon effect. You can, do a pop art mode. There's just so much cool stuff with the camera. I mean, they just kind of really went out on that. So you can actually scale it out. You can rotate it. I mean, it's just really cool, the little things that counts with it. So we're going to just discard the stuff. And then, the camera's really, 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 it just did some justice. As far as battery life, I mean, today's test, I took it off this morning at like 8 o'clock in the morning, and been using it. I've powered it off a few times because, we keep our phone in a locker. It's a metal locker, so of course it's going to obstruct the signal from the network to the phone, which then the phone's going to really try to grab that signal. So then it's going to go ahead and just basically burn your battery trying to do that. But we'll go to device maintenance here, and you guys can see, which is some other cool things that it pretty much has added into it now. So you can really manage your device really, really, really well. As far as certain things, like you see right here, how it says that my phone performance is good, it could be better. It gives you the fix now button. You can fix it. You can, wipe some things that's, basically taking up storage. So, but we're going to go to batteries here, and you can see the battery mode basically. So you have, power saving mode in mid and max. You can turn that on. It shows you the apps that's pretty much like consuming battery. Let's go ahead and check out battery usage. And there's been my battery usage right now. So estimated battery life is 6 hours and 49 minutes. Recent battery usage has only been 2 hours and 45 minutes and 15 seconds. And that's just based on, for the time. You guys can see that big gap for when my phone was turned off, and only because, at work you can't have your phones. So, battery life, you're not going to get like the best battery life with it, obviously, but you'll make it through the day. To be real with everybody, you will. So that's always just really cool. So, we'll just fix now just so it can go ahead and do its thing. And there's really not much of a need for like an app, cache cleaner or anything like that. You already have it natively built into the software experience. So that's something that I can really appreciate. And then for, themes and whatnot. So let's kind of go back to the home screen. We'll pop it open. You get your little shortcuts at the bottom when you long press the home screen. Let's do wallpaper and themes. And that's just pretty much, kind of a little bit changed up just a little bit. And you can pretty much go through a lot of things. Like you can use your own photo as a wallpaper or whatnot. Selecting themes at the bottom. And you have like different themes that you can choose from and download from various sources and be able to use them. So, I mean, that's always something cool. I know some people love making their phone look original, so they'll theme the heck out of it. And you still have that with Samsung themes. So, that's some of the noticeable changes that I've noticed for right now. So we're going to take it back to FaceTime and just pretty much close out this video. It's been pretty long, about almost 11 minutes. So let's go back to FaceTime and let's close out. So that's pretty much everything I wanted to show you about the Samsung Galaxy J7 with the 7.1.1 Nougat update. And it's got some pretty good changes included into it, besides the fact that it is on the, it's not the latest version of Android, but you can say pretty much like the latest because Oreo, actually, sorry, I was going to say Android. Oreo is still relatively new and still making its way across devices, but Nougat is pretty much like out there just about a multitude of different devices. So, but it's really nice to see that this device got an update. I know that the T-Mobile version got the update first. There's videos about it getting the update, and I was always curious if this J7 would get the same attention, and obviously, luckily it did. And yeah, I know there's devices like the J7 Perks out there that you can get on Boost Mobile, but I think a lot of people were very, as far as like the specs from the J7 Perks, there were some people that just felt like it was not really an upgrade, but kind of like a setback, from some of the specs that it has compared to this J7. And so it was nice to see this one actually get it. And yeah, it's been great. I've been using it all day today. I used it yesterday. and so far it's been fine. I've put my comic case back on it, you know, just to rock it. And yeah, I'm gonna rock this phone for a while now, you know, just it breathed new life back into it, and so I'm very, very pleased with the update. Haven't had any issues at all whatsoever with, you know, the processing chip getting, you know, overheating, but that's just probably because I don't use my phone very heavily. And there hasn't been any bugs or anything like that. Both cameras are working. I haven't had any, you know, freeze up. I haven't really seen any drop frame rate, you know, on simple tasks. Going pretty heavy, it kind of has, you know, you can still kind of see like a little stutter to it. Probably going to shut off the animations, but if there's more things I figure out with this update as I'm using it, I will make another video. But I just kind of wanted to give you guys what to expect with this update. Like, you know, certain things that you'll just know right off the bat that has changed with the J7 2015. So if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know. Smash that like button. If it's your first time checking out my channel, hit that subscribe button, subscribe, and stay up to date with everything. And yeah, hooray for hooray for the J7 2015 for both T-Mobile and Boost Mobile for getting the update. Really appreciate that, Samsung. You guys are clutch. I'm gonna end this video out. I need to get to sleep. I'm tired. You guys should too. I will talk to you on the next one. Have a good night. Aloha.